Summer 2023 sales update video. Before I get into it, I wanted to make you aware of a personal situation I'm going through right now because I know a lot of you watch my store and you might be wondering, why is she not listing as much? What's going on? It looks like she's not doing eBay very much anymore. And you're right. I've had to put it on the back burner. So here's the situation. I have a little sister who lives in Charlotte. You've probably heard me talk about her on my podcasts when reminiscing about growing up. She's 4 years younger than me, and I feel like she got all the good toys because they came out after I was too old for them. Anyway, she's my baby sister, and she's 2 hours away. I'm in Greenville, and she is in Charlotte. And her husband, my brother-in-law of 30 years, has been suffering from early onset dementia for several years now. He is only 58. And unfortunately, he just doesn't have much time left. He has been rapidly declining in the last few months. So I have been going on road trips to Charlotte to help her any way I can. She is his only caregiver right now. We're working on getting her some more help, but it's really getting tough now maneuvering him. She already has a back problem, so I'm just going to be there for her, and I have been there for her. So one thing I want to mention is I had no idea how this disease works. You know, Hollywood has misled us on what dementia is. If you have this in your family, you know what I mean. I didn't realize that it was such a degenerative disease. I thought dementia was you just forget things, you forget who people are, maybe elderly people wander off, that kind of thing. So it's actually along the lines of Parkinson's, where the brain breaks down bit by bit, and eventually it starts breaking down the ability to move and swallow, and your vision goes. And the experts in the field of healthcare that deal with dementia say that it is human development in reverse. And that's exactly what it is. So my heart goes out to anybody who's ever had to deal with this, or unfortunately will have to deal with this in the future, because it is just so heartbreaking. So I've had to put a few things on the back burner. The podcast will continue to roll. I've done many of those in advance for future episodes. So if you see that maybe I skip a few weeks on YouTube, or I'm just not on top of my game, that's why. This is a very serious situation. Our parents are in their late 80s. They can't help. Our siblings are too far away and have full-time jobs and can't get away. So I'm actually blessed that I am so close to her, and I have a flexible life where I can just hit the road and go help her when she needs it. So now that you know that, I'd like to ask you for two things. First of all is just some latitude and patience as far as my content creation and my eBay store. I know it's set up as a teaching store, and I have several thousand followers. So just know that this is temporary. I'll be back in full swing as soon as I can. My sister is going to be a widow in her early 50s, and she's going to need some help with that. So I'm honored to be that person who can support her emotionally, and then later down the road when her life is going to change drastically. So yes, just some patience on that. I'm human too. Things happen, and sometimes we just have to deal with them and put our business to the side. The second thing I would like to ask you for is your prayers. I'm going to show you some pictures now of my sister Trina and her husband Jeff. They have been married 30 years this year. November will be their 30th anniversary. And these are some pictures from their happy times, just so you can put faces with their names. I believe in prayer. I know it works, and you can never have too many people praying for you. So that is what I would like to ask you for as our family goes through this very difficult and heartbreaking situation. Please pray for my sister Trina and her husband Jeff. Okay, now all the serious stuff is over. Here is my sales update from September 2023.
Okay, I'm going to start off with something I can't pronounce. I think it's Huali Scarf. This just looked cool. 100% silk, fun pattern. I paid $1.50 for this, took an offer of $20. It sold in 37 days, and just a reminder that duration time frame is the amount of days since I last touched the listing, whether that was the first time it was ever listed or since I went in and ended and restarted it, changing a few things. Profit was $18.11. Okay, we have Hot Lips here, another MASH figurine, or I guess action figure. I paid $10 for her at a church sale 52 days ago. Took an offer of $35. Profit was $20.64. This is an item from a craft lot that I bought that the lady just threw it in there. Here, you can have this too. So it is a Lone Star pattern quilt top. My cost was $0. I took a $26 offer. Duration 30 days. Profit was $22.15. Here's a brand I've never heard of, never seen, but these felt high quality and thick and durable. The brand is called 2XU. These are compression exercise tights, running, workout, whatever. You could use them as yoga pants. I paid $4.75. Took an offer of $37 and it took 33 days to sell. Profit was $28.16. Here is a high quality LL Bean jacket. It's hooded. It was heavyweight like a sweatshirt and a pretty pink and blue plaid pattern. I paid $4.75 for this, took an offer of $35. It took 30 days to sell. Profit was $28.46. And here is another frequent flyer item, I guess. I seem to sell a wig or two every month. So if this is not something you're looking at estate sales or wherever you go to get your items to sell, these are a great item to sell online because they are so lightweight and sometimes women don't have access to a nice wig boutique or wig shop in their area. And unfortunately, a lot of women wearing these wigs are dealing with an illness, they can't get out much, and it just helps them feel better about themselves because every lady likes to get up in the morning and put herself together and have pretty hair. So if you don't have any, you can buy some. This is a Remy wig. I paid $9 for this. It sold for $49.97 full asking price after 30 days. My profit was $34.09. You also want to make sure when you sell wigs that you have a 30-day return policy, which you really should have on everything. But sometimes you just don't know how it's going to look on you until you try it on. So if it sells once, it'll sell again, but that will help you sell more wigs if you have a generous return policy, because a customer might not buy one if they can't return it. Okay, this is a Ming Wang jacket, size 2X. I paid $5 for this. It sold for $45 in 11 days. Profit was $35.87. Okay, this is a baby item, Lambs and Ivy comforter. And the colors were very neutral, gold and off-white. And that's the thing now with nurseries and baby accessories, neutral colors. It's very trendy. I paid $1.50 for this, took a $50 offer. It sold in 76 days, and my profit was $44.76. Here is a vintage Christian Dior satin nightgown. I paid $2.25, took an offer of $69, took 53 days to sell. Profit was $63.37. This is one of the sweaters from the estate sale that had so many what people call ugly sweaters, but I don't think they're all ugly. Um, this is Design Options, and it's a beaded sweater. I paid $5, took an offer of $76.50 in one day. This sold in one day. My profit was $68.09. Okay, this is my first attempt at signed and numbered art. This is Robert Sexton. He's the artist, and he does what's called stippling. So it's all these tiny, tiny little dots. I paid $20 for this at a thrift store. It sold for $100 in 15 days. My profit was $70.82. So I think that's pretty successful for my first attempt at signed numbered art, walking away with $70.82. But there is a story here, so I'll tell you that in a minute. This is a lot of 900 DMC floss for embroidery, cross stitch, needlepoint, and this was part of that craft private pick. So I attributed my cost for everything I got that day to this one item. So that's why I paid $100, but I got a lot more than just this item. I sold this for $175 in 7 days. Profit on just this one item was $71.91. This is a Kugi sweater, an estate sale find. This was with the beaded sweaters. I did very well at that estate sale. I paid $5 for this, took an offer of $150. Took 8 days to sell. My profit was $126.43. I had it priced at $200 because I just wasn't sure. It wasn't one of the really high dollar ones with the super bright colors or that was rare. So I kept getting offers. And I finally said, okay, if I get an offer of 150 or more, I'm going to take it. And would you believe in the next 10 minutes, I got an offer for 150. So the universe does listen. Profit was $126.43 on this one item. And finally, the grand poobah of my sales from September, this World War II nurse's cape. It was 100% wool, just in immaculate condition. It had a tag on it that gave the date and where it was made and the nurse's name. Um, I've had this probably for over a year and kept ending it and restarting it and waiting for the right person to come along, and they finally did. I took an offer of $225. I paid $6 for this, and it sold 47 days after refreshing the listing, and my profit was right at $200. So I was very happy about that. Okay, here are the numbers. I only sold 18 items last month compared to August, where I sold 39. I now have 540 items in my store, and this is when building up your store comes in handy, since I am traveling back and forth to Charlotte now and have a different priority in my life at this point. I can kind of glide a little bit on what I've already listed. That's not to say that I want to. I always love to be out treasure hunting and adding new items, but in this situation, I do have that stockpile of listed items. In August, I had 600 items, so I have just 60 fewer now. Inventory cost of the items that sold in September was $191 compared to inventory cost in August was $188. So I stay right around $150 to $200 for my inventory cost of the sold items. Now here's what I'm liking is the profit per item for September was $50 compared to $22.76 in August. So we have a victory here. Profit per item has increased. Average duration of the listing, and that is from either the initial listing date or from when I refreshed it, 45 days, and that's right in line with where I've been all along. I had one return, and boy, did this one hurt. It was the art, the Robert Sexton signed numbered art. And listen to the reason she returned it. She says, "We bought this for a couple's anniversary party, and then we found out they are separating." So she says, "No reason to keep it," which I disagree. It's still a beautiful piece, and you could always give it to somebody else, but I didn't say that. I just graciously accepted the return, and it just hurts when it's a high dollar item, but it is what it is. Okay, a new feature on my sales update video. I want to go through some of the feedback comments I received because I read everyone and I reply to them because we can reply to them, so why not? So let me just show you a few of those. Okay, here we are on my feedback page, and we go down to this latest one. Absolutely love it. It's gorgeous and arrived in pristine condition, perfectly packaged with lightning speed. And this was a Michael Simon Halloween sweater. One reason I like reading these comments is because it is feedback. It's what your customers thought. And we need to know that if we did a good job, that encourages me and motivates me to keep going. And I just like to see what people say. Here's this one. "I love it. Thank you." This is a Victoria's Secret bra. It was very pretty. And so I always reply with something, you know, because we can, so why not? And that'll be there when other people read your feedback. They'll know that you communicate well and that you respond. This one is about the BOLO book combo pack. Amazingly fast shipping. These books are easy to read, to look through, refer back to. Highly recommend. And the extra gift of the calendar, had already planned to buy it for next year, and the free taste means I'm already convinced it's needed. Thank you. So I love that when I get positive feedback on my books. Here's another one. "Seller went the extra mile for me. My friend loved the book and cheered her up. So, this lady, Wendy, she has an eBay friend who was in the hospital. And so she ordered the book and I shipped it to her friend while she is recovering from surgery so she could study up on what to buy. And I just thought that was so sweet that someone would do this for their friend. So apparently, BOLO book makes a great gift. And then we've got more on the BOLO books. Excited to receive the book. Um, Let me get down to a regular product. UGG women's slippers, excellent shoes. Thank you. And then this is a Lovey with a rattle. Just what I was looking for. Thanks so much. Highly recommend. On and on. Thank you, everyone who's purchased the BOLO book. I just love getting your feedback that you like it and you're excited about using it. And as we go into fourth quarter, time flies. It is a great gift for your favorite seller over the holidays. So I sold a Jimmy Buffett hat the week before he died. So this person was happy to get that. And I wanted to show you the feedback for the wig. The photos did not do it justice. This is gorgeous. Finally, something that suits my horse face. Thank you so much. So, yeah, we had talked back and forth. She had some questions about it before she bought it, and it worked perfectly for her. So I was so happy that it worked out and that she left me positive feedback because only about a third of the people out there who buy stuff leave feedback. Okay, back to my sales update stats. I listed 46 new items, meaning they'd never been there before. So I'm happy with that. I did a lot of ending and restarting when I was visiting with my sister and just sitting and when you're visiting a terminally ill person, there's not a lot to do sometimes. So I did bring this and worked on that a little bit. So um, and I'm putting that out there because if you haven't already, at some point you will go through this where you've got to put your business on hold and kind of reorganize things, but you can still get things done. Okay, here are some things I purchased and listed. This is a Simply Southern fleece pullover. I just thought it was a cool design, fun pattern. I paid $3.80 for this and have it priced at $39.97. So all of these items I'm going to show you I have listed. Not only did I purchase them, but I listed them. This is a Jack Be Quick Halloween sweater. How fun is this with the fashionable witches there at the bottom? This was $3.80 at a thrift store. I have it priced at $49.97. 'Tis the season for Halloween wear. This is a pair of vintage 1980s Safilo Elasta eyeglasses. Never had heard of this brand, but they are quite expensive. I paid $1 at Goodwill for these and have them priced at $49.97. This is a Cynthia Rowley large size 100% cashmere sweater. This isn't necessarily a high-end brand, but they do make very pretty sweaters. And cashmere is, the cream of the crop there. So this was $1 on Dollar Day at Goodwill. It was still there. How? I have no idea, but it was. And I have it priced at $49.97. Here is a Gans Plush Schnauzer dog. And I don't think I've ever seen a plush Schnauzer. This was $1.12 at a thrift store, and I have it priced at $24.97. It's a little one, but I was like, oh, this is unusual. This isn't a breed I see very often, or ever, I think. This is Little Miracles Lovey, and I think this is sold at Costco, maybe other places too. I've seen this brand on the Money Making Mondays. So this is a Lovey with an elephant in the middle. Paid $1 for this. It's priced at $39.97. And how cool is this? Vintage 1980s nylon track jacket. Very funky pattern. Looks like something Devo would wear in a video. I paid $1 for this. I have it priced at $34.97. Here is the wig of the month. I should start an eBay wig of the month club. Paula Young wig, that is a popular brand. It's not as expensive as some others. This was $5, and some of you have asked how I do these gallery photos, and it's just a collage. I just take a picture from front, side, back, side, because I feel like that's going to get more clicks on the listing, more people looking at it, if they can see all sides of it at once rather than thinking, oh, I don't like the front. But then you can see, oh, it looks really pretty from the sides too. So it's just a collage. Anyway, paid $5, have it listed at $39.97. This listing has gotten a lot of attention. This is vintage 1997 Susan Bristol cat sweater. I paid $1 for this at a different estate sale, and I have it priced at $49.97. And how many of you remember the Misson for Target collaboration back in 2011? Well, this is an example of something from that very collaboration. This is a cardigan sweater with the iconic Misson zigzag pattern. I paid $4.75 for this at a thrift store. I have it priced at $39.97. And thank you to the jewelry specialists who were on the podcast. I learned a lot from you, and this is one brand that several of you mentioned, Trifari. I found this at an estate sale the weekend after I put that podcast together. It was $2, and I have it priced at $39.97. And here's a great find, a TYR Hurricane wetsuit. This was mixed in with the dresses at a thrift store. It was $5, and I have it priced at $124.97. This is a very pretty athletic-y kind of item. It's Icy Cools is the brand. It is one of those sun protective type tops in a really attractive pattern. I paid $4.30 for this. I have it priced at $49.97. I went to an estate sale where they had these yearbooks. They were $5 each, and the oldest one was from 1949. And I really fell down a rabbit hole looking through these because the photos are just a time capsule. I love looking at those. The hairstyles, the clothing, the cheerleader outfits, the formal gowns, all that stuff. So these are from Waycross High School in Georgia. 1949, 1950, 1952. I have these priced right at $50 each. We'll see what happens, but they only cost me $5 each. And finally, this lovely pair of Ralph Lauren leather boots. I paid $6 for these and have them priced at $39.97. So while I didn't list as many items as normal, I did list higher dollar items. So hopefully that will cycle through. Okay, we've made it to the end. That's all I've got, and I'm very happy with my September results. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back next week with the $100 supersize sales video. Make it a great day on eBay, everybody. Bye.